Today, the topic of our interest is fever. Starting with definition of fever, fever is elevation of body temperature above normal circadian variation as a result of change in thermoregulatory center located in hypothalamus. So what does this normal circadian variation means? It means that the temperature has to be elevated than 37 degrees Celsius at 6 a.m. and 37.6 degrees Celsius at 6 p.m. So when this temperature is exceeded, it is called as fever, which is associated with change in thermoregulatory center. So normal body temperature, as you can see, is more 37.6 than 37.0 degrees Celsius towards evening because of increased basal metabolic rate and increased skeletal muscle activity. So what are the patterns of fever, or we can say what are the types of fever? So basically fever are continuous fever, remittent fever, intermittent fever, and relapsing fever. So what is continuous fever? So it is a type of fever. So temperature has to be elevated than normal circadian variation. It does not touch the baseline, and temperature fluctuation is less than 1 degree Fahrenheit. Then only it is called as continuous fever. So once again, as it is a fever, temperature has to be elevated. It is continuous, so it cannot touch the baseline, and the temperature fluctuation has to be less than 1 degree Fahrenheit. Talking about remittent fever, again fever temperature has to be elevated. It also does not touch baseline. Here temperature fluctuation is more than 1 degree Fahrenheit. Intermittent fever is the fever where temperature is elevated and it touches the baseline. The temperature touches the baseline. That means there will be no fever for a certain period of time, and the temperature fluctuation will be more than 2 degree Fahrenheit. Now there is an entity called relapsing fever where we will have fever, no fever, and then again fever. So example of it are pale abstain fever, fever for 3 to 10 days, then afebrile for 3 to 10 days. So this happens in Hodgkin's lymphoma. Saddleback fever, here fever occurs for 2 to 3 days, then there is afebrile period for 2 days, and again fever repairs and continues for 2 to 3 days. Example is dengue fever. Now there is Borrelia infection and right bat fever. What happens here is there is several days of fever followed by several days of afebrile period, then again cycle repeats. So in this way there are patterns or types of fever where in some it touches the baseline, where in some it not touches the baseline, in some there is fluctuation of less than 1 degree Fahrenheit, more than 1 degree Fahrenheit, or more than 2 degree Fahrenheit. In this way fever has been classified. Talking again about circadian variation, it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit 6 a.m. temperature and 99.6 degree Fahrenheit at 6 p.m. temperature. So only when this temperature has been exceeded, then only it is regarded as fever, and it should also be associated with changes in thermoregulatory center located in hypothalamus. So this is the basic definition and pattern of fever. In the upcoming videos, we will also describe the pathogenesis of fever and the molecules responsible for it. Thank you for watching our videos. Have a nice day.